and poodles, you're in the dog. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews, and this is your Monday morning edition of the Two Live Stews Experience. Got to tell a few people good morning, man. Good morning, Sigma Dad, Rel Scott, Mocha Bella, and an honorable mention to the Mr. Kerry Portis. Good morning to y'all, and good morning to you too, Dougie Stew. How you feeling today, sir?
Fantastic, man. How about you?
Absolutely outstanding, man. Outstanding.
Yeah,
I almost couldn't be any better, sir.
That's good, man. The video we just saw is basically going to steer the whole show today, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have no intentions on talking about nothing else. Now, I've prepped for everything, all the basketball stuff from the weekend, a lot of draft stuff. But, I mean, I came in here fully prepared to talk straight Shedeur all day today.
Last 48 coming up a little bit later.
Yep.
The biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group in the last 48 hours.
Got a good top five. Got a good top five. Got a real good top five.
Got a top five coming up. We're going to talk to NFL insider Reggie Carson, kind of a follow-up to the call we did with him last Thursday.
And I don't want you to limit that, bro. You keep mentioning NFL insider, but that bro can talk all things.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's no question that if you enter a space where that bro is in the room, more than likely that bro is probably the most interesting bro in the room. Okay, so don't label that bro like he's just that bro is worldly and does okay. All right.
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, all right.
People that come to sundresses and seersuckers will know this bro Reggie Carson. We had him on Thursday.
Yep.
But people that are kind of like in our network and in our circles, when you come to sundresses and seersuckers, he's the dude that's either wearing a kilt, some kind of knickers, something flamboyant and fashionable.
Right. Yes. He's traveled over the pond, someplace to go get an outfit for SNS. No question. No question.
Yeah.
Hey man, before we get into the Shedeur thing, man, can I tell you about my weekend real quick? We usually do that.
Go ahead.
I'll
tell you about mine too.
Okay, I do want the bulk of the show to be about this draft and stuff, but this past weekend, man, once or twice a year because of travel soccer and my kids and Jack and Jill and Mason in travel soccer and Miles because of all the things that the kids do, I get about 1 or 2 trips a year where it's just me and Morgan, man. And this past weekend was one of those weekends where it was a daddy-daughter weekend in Destin, Florida, man. Shouts out to my Woogie. It's really the best weekends of the year for me, man. We have no distractions. We say when we get in the car, we're like, guess what? It's just me and you. We sing that song, just me and you. And then, baby, there's no stinky boys with us. There's no fussy wife with us. No fussy mama. It's just me and you. We get to do whatever you want to do this weekend. So I had a great weekend with Morgan this past weekend in Destin, Florida.
Do y'all actually call them stinky boys, Miles and Mason? Y'all use the term stinky boys?
Just between me and her, I would never tell them that to their face.
Right.
But yeah, we call them stinky boys, man.
Okay. That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Y'all do like everything she wanted to do, and
she picks the meals. She can play on the tablet. She can set the alarm. She controls the elevator. She cranks the car. I mean, it's her weekend. She gets to do everything, man.
That's good, man. All my kids loved the hell out of me at that age, man. But as they got older, some of them kind of strayed away from, loving me to that degree. And
hence why I put in so much time and love on her the way I do now, because I keep thinking that one day she's going to wake up and maybe look at me like your kids look at you. And I'm not.
Well, let me make sure I clarify. 2 of my 3 kids love.
As a matter of fact, I'm dreading the day when my kids look at me like your kids look at you. I mean, that is going to suck.
So
okay?
let me clarify. 2 of the 3 children love me to death. I mean, we like this. We like Ace Boon Coons. But one of them, We've been butting heads a little bit over the last couple of years, man.
Well, what did you do?
I do nothing. I ain't do
It's
nothing.
it's on you. It's got to be on you.
Yeah, it's just things happen, man. So I hope that isn't the case with you and Woogie.
Me too.
But the kids grow up, man. They have influences and they have their own minds and stuff. Stuff happens, man.
For the record, man, every time I talk to any one of the nieces, every time, I always say, "Hey, man, make sure you love it on your dad."
I appreciate that. I need that.
Okay, Uncle right. I mean, every time I talk to one of them or text them, have you talked to your dad? Make sure you love it on your dad.
Oh, that's good, man. I appreciate that.
I try, that. Man. Yeah, and usually they'd be like, "Man, F that ninja. He don't do so." I mean,
that's a lie.
But anyway,
that's a lie. My kids would not curse at you like that.
No, they don't.
I saw Sinners this weekend.
Okay.
Very good. Very good.
Everyone says that.
I don't know if I give it 100 out of 100 Rotten Tomatoes.
Here you come hating on the black people.
No, I'm not hating, but it was very, very good. It was very intriguing. It kept my attention.
You're somewhat of a movie buff, so you do rate movies. You see just about every film that comes out
that I want to see. Yeah, absolutely. I'll go to the movie theater by myself.
Yeah.
This particular movie, the reason why I said I wouldn't give it absolutely a perfect grade is because it started off a little slow, but I think they were trying to build up to what was coming, down the road in the movie. So it was definitely worth it. No matter what, I was going to go see it because I'm going to support the culture and Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan and all of them cats, man. But you definitely need to go see it because it's something that we're going to talk about for the next 50 years.
I will definitely go see it sometime throughout the course of the day. I'll catch a matinee this week and get back to you. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
So Mel Kiper, man, was his final thoughts on Shedeur Sanders being drafted in the 5th round. He literally was beside himself.
He was disgusted, man.
He was disgusted. And that was good to see from Mel because basically he's keeping it real. Like he's giving it to you raw. Well, Kiper went crazy when they took his final thoughts about Shedeur Sanders being drafted in the 5th round.
For the record, Kiper didn't go crazy because Shedeur wasn't drafted early. Kiper went crazy because of the fact Shedeur was drafted later. It screws up his big board.
How do you know that? He could have been both, though. He could have been both. He could have been frustrated because it messed up his big board, and it was disgusting.
For the record, man, Mel Kiper don't give a damn about Shedeur Sanders. It messed up his big board. His business is picking the draft. His business is being on par with the draft. So for him to have a guy going in the top 10 that goes in the 5th round, that is going to suck on his business moving into the future.
Okay, man. All right. So what'd you think about what'd you think about the whole thing?
2 things, man. And it is your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Live Stews Experience. Good morning to y'all. Thank y'all for being here early this morning. I was awaiting news on Saturday morning that would say Shedeur Sanders in primetime have pulled Shedeur's name out of the draft. I wanted something drastic to be done. I was speaking to several buddies, several of my chapter brothers, several of my line brothers. We talked about it, and I kept saying, oh, my God, on Saturday, the Sanders family has to do something drastic to take a stand against what the man has done to them this weekend. Exactly what they could have done, I had no idea, but I was trying to think of some recourse that the Sanders family could have for what took place this past weekend, man. My mind is still blown, even though I have a tad bit of a better understanding now. My mind is still blown that Shedeur Sanders didn't go until 144. My mind is blown.
Kiper had him rated the best quarterback on his board, even before Cam. The This thing was all about Deion, man. It had nothing. It really had nothing. It had very little. Let me say that. It had very little to do with Shedeur. It had more to do with Deion. This was the way that the NFL, the owners, people that don't like braggadocious, brass personalities like Deion Sanders had been waiting to inject for the last 40 years. So, I mean, really, there's no other explanation. You can't really say it's about race because Cam Ward was taken number one, right? So it's really more so about personalities, but it shouldn't have been personalities because Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel is plenty of memes floating around the internet. We may even have one today for last 48.
Since you mentioned that, let me say this real quick. The way Shedeur went about not throwing at the combine, not testing, not playing the Senior Bowl, the way he went about that, Caleb Williams did everything the exact same last year. He didn't throw until his pro day at his campus.
Right.
He didn't go to the Senior Bowl. So everything that they were saying that Shedeur didn't do testing wise, he didn't throw at the combine. No top 10 quarterback typically throws at the combine.
Right. So everything, right. Once again, that's a great point you just made about Caleb Williams. The other part, what I just mentioned, is there's history of quarterbacks going high in the draft that had quote unquote attitude problems, brash, real arrogant acting or whatever. So you can't say that. Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield. In recent history.
I want you to, I do want to add something to that, but I want you to finish your statement first, please.
No, go ahead.
We don't know how factual this is, but reports for the last few days has said that.
Stop right there. Stop right there.
Okay.
Stop right there.
All right.
Stop right there. I've seen plenty of videos about what he did or didn't do at his personal interviews.
Yes.
I don't know if that's true or not. So I don't think we should even be able to talk, or we should be talking about these reports, because it could simply be hating and smearing and salt throwing.
Well, that's why I was going to add a caveat to the comment that we've been hearing over the weekend.
Okay, go ahead.
We will never know how he tested. We will never know how he interviewed. But if the reports that they're saying is true, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And there's another caveat that people are overlooking, man. They don't want Deion having the juice that he has. So if the starter to the team that his son goes to is having a problem, and Deion comes out and said, if I was coach or so-and-so, or they should be doing so-and-so with Shedeur, that's going to instantly question the credibility of said coach. And that's a part of it, man.
The problem is you could say everything is in play as far as his personal interviews, what he did on the field. He's not a good quarterback. He's a bad quarterback. This, that, and the other. Talk about his play. You could say that if he dropped to 20. You could say that if he dropped to 15, 20. You could say that if he dropped to the beginning of the second round, because Lamar Jackson dropped to the back of the first round. You could say that. But you can't say it's just because of his play and these things that's dealing with the actual game itself when he goes in the fifth round. There's no way you can say that. There's no way you can say it. And that's why Kuiper went crazy, because clearly it was collusion. Yeah, they didn't have some, open thing where they said, out loud around reporters, we're not going to pick Deion or Shedeur just to spite his daddy Deion. No, they made phone calls. They talked to each other in whatever means, in whatever ways that they have, without making it some big announcement. It was clearly collusion. It was clear that they wanted to send a message, not really, once again, not, in my opinion, not really to Shedeur, but to his pappy. It was to Deion. It was for 30 years. You know what I thought about too? And I'm going to throw this in and I'm going to let you go. Do you remember the whole Tim McCarver thing? I'm going way back right now.
No, with the in the Braves locker room with the water. Yes, I remember.
Sir, it could be something as simple as that had to be 30 years ago. All right, for young people watching the show now.
I was in college at Georgia Tech, sir. Yes.
So
that was 30 years ago.
Young people watching the show right now that don't know, and you don't need to do a quick search. Tim McCarver was a reporter. He was a former baseball player. But Deion was going back and forth between the Braves and the Falcons. And McCarver went on record saying he thought that was selfish, that he shouldn't be doing that. Deion, I can't remember the situation when it was in the locker room. Deion dumped water on the dude, not once, not twice, but like 3 or 4 times. Sir, these people are very vindictive. Maybe that's not it. Maybe I'm reaching going by that. But it points to the whole Deion personality phenomenon that we've seen over the last 30 years. And them people had the chance to humble him by humbling his son, and they took it.
One of my major prayers every single day of my life is that the sins that I have encountered or that I have done, the drama does not get passed down to my kids. I pray to God daily, Lord, give it to me, but don't take it out on my children. Don't let what I did when I was in them streets or across them waters, don't let the stuff in Amsterdam come back to my baby, Lord, please. That weekend in Brazil, Lord, please. I had no business in the favelas acting like I was. Don't let that come back on Mason, Father, please.
Hey, listen.
God, the Eiffel Tower. Don't let the videos of
Eiffel
Tower come back on me.
The Eiffel Tower.
Give it to me, not my son, Miles, please. Yeah, it's bad, man. I mean, I was really your brother was out there in them streets, man. I mean, I didn't get married till 35, 36, man. I had years and years of just debauchery.
The whole thing was disgusting, man.
We got a lot to talk about, man.
I really hurt for that kid, man. Like, that's the reason I go so hard for Lamar Jackson is because they wanted him to change positions. They didn't draft him until the end of the first rounds.
I told somebody that this weekend, too. This is why Doug rides so hard in the paint for the black quarterback, because the white quarterback doesn't get done like this.
Hey, man.
We're going to talk about it on all aspects. We got Reggie Carson coming in up next on the Two Live Studios Experience. We'll get his thoughts.
Football Insider.
Yeah. A whole lot to talk about, man. I got a ton of notes to mention with this thing. We got to mention some basketball as well, but whatever y'all do, please keep the lock. Up next in the Doghouse with your boys, the Two Live Studios on the Two Live Studios Experience. NFL Insider and Sports Know-It-All, Reggie Carson. Y'all keep it locked.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance. Every workout.
Nobody got that number but coaches, strictly for that reason. It just pissed me off.
No, it's all.
No, but the thing is,
it's supposed to happen.
but the thing is, why get mad? Because they want you to have a certain type of reaction to it. They want you to feel humiliated. You know what I mean? They want you to feel bad. They want you to feel all that. But I ain't tripping.
You said nobody got that number though.
Nobody has a number.
That shit.
It's your boys, the Two Live Studios, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those studios, and this is your Two Live Studios Experience. That was Shedeur coming back, talking about the prank phone call he got. I mean, share your thoughts on that, man, before we bring Brother Carson in.
Yeah, Jeff Ulbrich defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. His son somehow got Deion's or Shedeur's phone number and called him and made it sound like he was a rep from the New Orleans Saints and that they were going to take him in the next pick, and basically just bullshitted him. And it was a lie. I don't even want to call it a prank, because a prank sounds, it sounds like it's something real simple.
Well,
this was more sinister than just a prank.
For you ninjas saying the Falcons should lose draft picks and all that stuff, y'all stop it. Stop it. That's not going to happen. And I'm very happy that Shedeur took the stance that he took. I'm not going to give them what they want. I don't care.
Yeah.
They want to get a rise out of me. I'm not giving them that.
Yeah, go back to the beginning of the show where we played the clip where after he got drafted, him and his brothers and Shiloh went crazy, and they were happy. And I was happy to see that reaction as opposed to him having his head in his hand, sulking. I was happy that because he didn't give the haters what they ultimately wanted to see was him drop his face in his hand in distress.
We've been blessed to have a few cousins to get drafted, and I try to mentor all of them into the draft while they're in the league. I keep them, I talk to them a lot. Prior to the draft, I tell them all this. Hey, man, I know you want to go as high as you want to go. The higher you go, the more money you're going to make. But I'm telling you, trust me, what you want is to get on somebody's roster and to have the opportunity to play ball. That's what you want.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a top 5 pick falling to 144 is disastrous. But again, 144 is better than another 100 players.
Right. Absolutely.
All right, man, let's go.
Let's bring them in, man. Football insider Reggie Carson, the Bruz, Reggie Carson, the Q's, Reggie Carson. What up, team? How are you, bro? How was your weekend?
What's good, Stews, man? It was an outstanding weekend. Whoo, 144.
Yeah.
144 with the fifth round.
Yeah, bro. We wanted to have you on specifically. You came on Thursday and you gave us some draft nuggets. We basically wanted to do a follow-up and get your thoughts about what happened this past weekend, this past NFL draft. So let's do it like this. Give us your top 5 storylines or your top 5 takeaways that you have from the NFL draft this past weekend.
Okay, there you go, guys. I mean, obviously Shedeur is number 1, so we can save on that. We can talk about that.
What's your thoughts? You heard our thoughts. You were in the green room. What's your thoughts? What do you think happened?
I mean, you went back to the Carver thing. I was like, ooh, very classy, Deion. Very classy.
Right.
I mean, if the stench is still on from the Braves World Series where Deion actually showed out that year, then that's a lot that's still happening in the league. I'm not going to say that that's not something that can happen. Right. I don't know. I mean, Ryan, you hit a lot of it. Like, we don't know what happened in the interview. Like, and so I don't want to say it's a racial thing because Cam Ward went number 1. Right. There were other quarterbacks that were selected. I think it might be more of a power thing. I was really surprised that Dallas didn't come and go after Shedeur. I actually thought Dallas would be a good fit. Jerry's a master marketer. Dak signed his contract, but Dak doesn't really have that much backup support right now. So I actually thought Dallas would be a good selection for him. There was some talk when the reporter came on. They had some discussions about Philly in the 5th round. It was clear that that's when Cleveland's drafted up to possibly to actually get Shedeur. As Ryan stated, I'm not going to cry any spilt milk for Shedeur right now. He's in a room with Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, and Kenny Pickett. So he's in a room where he can drastically raise up and go up in stock, and he has the opportunity to be QB1, possibly coming out of training camp.
Yeah, talking to Reggie Carson right now, NFL football insider on the Two Live Stews. All right, bro, some other thoughts, some other nuggets from this past weekend as well.
Well, you got to give the Giants their flowers. I hate to do it, but you got to give them the flowers. Look, they went
I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you. Well done, bro. I didn't think I would hear that from you, Carson. You're an Eagles fan, true and true.
Fans, right.
You got to give them. I mean, come on, man. I'm just gonna go by the statistics alone. They got Abdul Carter and Dart, so they got 2 first rounders right there. They got a generational talent on the defensive side. Now, what we're gonna see with Dart, I don't know, but they needed a quarterback, and they went out and got a quarterback. Now, you could say that they should have got Shedeur. You should have said that there were some other opportunities to get some quarterbacks later on in the draft, but Joe Shea, to his credit, they're in a win now mode with him and Dayball. That's what the league is right now. With Fountain out here in Atlanta, it's basically win now, and these GMs are going after to that degree. So I got to give the Giants their credit. They came out and they had a very good draft. The Packers actually had a good draft as well. So you don't never see the Green Bay Packers go out and get wide receivers, but they went out and got one in Golden. So to give that boy some help right there at quarterback. So it was a great draft. I think a lot of teams spent a lot of their player needs that they had. So we're going to see. Now, if there was one grade that I'm going to give somebody an incomplete or a head scratcher, what are you doing? I hate to say it, but it's Cleveland, baby. It's Cleveland. They seem to do it every year. Now, you had a chance to go out and get Travis Hunter. You trade out, and I understand you're trading out. You're trying to make more of a football roster. But I got to question some of the decisions that the Browns made in the draft. It just didn't make proper sense to me.
Finishing up with Reggie Carson right now with the Two Live Stews, the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Bruh, we're in Atlanta. What are your thoughts about what the Falcons did? They went heavy on the defense side of the ball, in particular with some rush ends, some edge rushers. What are your thoughts?
Walker and Pierce, baby.
Yeah.
The Falcons are back. Look, to go into the draft, obviously when you go into the draft, you got to look for needs. What's my need? The Falcons' need for the last 2 years has been an edge rusher. Ryan, you said that they haven't had people that can come off the edge since Beasley was here. So they went out in theory. Now, again, we're just going by what in theory these individuals are projected to do. They got a stand-up off the ball linebacker in Walker, and they got a true edge rusher in Pierce. They addressed their needs. That alone right there makes Fontenot's job a little bit more easier, and it gives them a better opportunity in the South to advance to the playoffs. Because at the end of the day, all you want to do is get to the big dance and have an opportunity. If you make the playoffs and you win your division, you have an opportunity to go on a run. And Atlanta really did that right now with their 2 edge rushers coming off the edge. And they went and got a thumper. They went and got a thumper in Watts at safety. So you can't put that out there. Yeah, I mean, the Falcons did well.
Right. Good stuff. Got
Wrapping
anything, Ron?
things up I was going to say we're wrapping things up with Reggie Carson right now in the Doghouse with your boys, the Two Live Stews, bro. Put a bow on it all, bro. Leave us with what you want to leave us with, bro. Let me hear your last thoughts on the draft. Share whatever you have to share on your way out, Q.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about if Shedeur does go in and ball out. Now, you only got him for 4 years. That 5th-year option is off the table. So he's going to make his money. I think he's slated to make like $4.5 million and for his lifetime contract right now is for his 4-year deal. The issue is going to be if he plays out, yeah, you got him playing for those 4 years at a reduced salary contract, but he's gonna have an opportunity to mess up their cap year 4 going into year 5. So Cleveland again being Cleveland, that would be my takeaway. I don't know what he slid and the reason why he slid. I'm sure we're going to hear some rumblings and these things down the road. But I'm looking at it when it comes down to the NFL and money wise. And money wise, you want to do like Philly does. You want to sign your players early. You want to pay your players early, and you want to deal with so you don't have an issue like Dallas where you're dealing with the cap issues that Dak has had. And Lord knows what's going to happen with Micah Parsons down the road when they actually go ahead and sign him.
Right.
Good stuff.
Team, we really appreciate it, bro. One of the most interesting men in the room, Reggie Carson. Thank you, dog. We talk to you soon, Q.
Hey guys, I gotta see you guys on the course. So going out to play 18 today. So
That's
go
what's
get him,
up.
dog.
We will,
There
bro.
you
We
go.
will.
Drew
Appreciate it.
Dover, dog.
take care.
All right. That's the Dover
Hey.
dog in the building with the Two Live Stews. Doug Stone, Ron Stone, to make up of those stews. A couple of points that he made or he brought up.
Go ahead.
Everybody that's talking about the money that Shedeur lost on,
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to throw that out the window. Unlike every other draft pick that comes into situations like this, or most draft picks, money is not the issue for this family and this player. So yes, players want to go high as possible because that's going to bring them more wealth. That's going to give them more bread instantaneously. You get more money the higher you go. But this family isn't really worried about the money. We saw pictures all weekend of their home, of their backyard, of their house. They're doing just fine financially. So take that off the table. Secondly, there's no doubt in my mind, if Shedeur interviewed as bad as everyone is saying, we're going to see and hear leaked footage eventually.
Leak? What
So
do you mean? What kind of leak footage?
The majority of these
Interviews
that take place at the combine or at when they come to the campus, they get recorded. They want everybody in the organization to be able to see it. So if the owner wasn't at said workout or the second in charge wasn't at the workout, they're going to record the interview so everyone can see it. And all the coaches aren't there. So there's no doubt in my mind that if it was as bad as people are saying, we're going to eventually hear some of it because of what? They are going to want to continue to dig a deeper hole for the Sanders family about why things happen the way that they happen.
One quick thing about the Falcons. Let's talk a little bit about Jelon Walker from Georgia and James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee.
Yep.
That's the thing Terry Fontenot and the Falcons have been hearing over the last couple of years is they don't have anybody. They brought in Judon last year. Remember they made the deal and brought in Judon. He really didn't do anything. I think he's getting a little bit long in the tooth. But these two dudes right here are specimens. Pierce comes in at 6'5", 245 pounds. But I watch the combine religiously. Dude ran a sub 4.5.
Yes.
At 6'5", 245 pounds. So they
man.
definitely address their needs on defense and getting after the quarterback. They are a much better team right now today after the draft than they were last year. And they can address some of the ills that they had on the defensive side of the ball. Great picks by the Falcons.
And guess what? Judon instantly becomes a better player now when you've got two other guys that can get to the quarterback. Last year, all they did was slide the protection down the line to him, and there was no manpower to circumvent that. Well, now you've got two other dogs on that defense that can get to that quarterback. So look for Judon to have a better season this year for the Falcons.
That's right. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the Two Live Stews experience. All right, so coming up in the next couple of segments, Arlie's here with the Arlie Report. We've got our last 48, the biggest memes in the Two Live Stews Facebook chat group. Top 5, an interesting top 5 competition that we have today. And also we're going to read a lot of chat messages and get y'all thoughts and opinions about the draft and what happened to Shedeur this past weekend. It was very disgusting. That's the word I keep coming up with, disgusting.
I wanted to make this point where Carson was talking, and you made this point while he was talking. When he did get taken at 144 in the 5th round, the devil on my left shoulder kept saying, I hope he shows no energy or no excitement at all. I hope they stay straight-faced. Not just him, his dad, and Shiloh or Pilar. I hope they all just stay straight-faced and don't show any emotion at all. But then I didn't want them to give them that either. So I was very happy that they got all excited and was dancing around the room. I don't know, man. I'm just torn. I'm torn because I love the NFL, man. I do something NFL related on the internet every single day, looking up something from a team, looking up some stats, looking up some players, something in the past 30 years ago. I look up something on the computer every day. The NFL still pays bills around this house. I love the NFL. But man, when they do the brother the way they did the brother this past weekend, it's like we got to take a stand somehow.
Yeah.
What can we do? What can we say to show them that you just can't do people like this?
There's nothing really we can do is because it's just dominated by one group of people. It's dominated by one group of people as far as the ownership.
It's 32 men.
Yeah. I watched Vic had this, Michael Vick is doing this. He's already done it. A series of like documentaries on the black quarterback and how far they've come. And he interviewed Doug Williams. And Doug Williams was talking about him first coming to the NFL. People forget Doug Williams played in the USFL first.
Right. And so did Moon.
For the Houston, right. But Doug Williams played for the Houston Gamblers. I almost wish that there was a league that could compete against the NFL, or a league that athletes could start on their own for the top black NFL players. But structurally, money-wise, finance-wise, it's almost impossible.
Hey, man. I almost wanted Dion and Shedeur to say thank you, but no thank you. We don't need your money, so I'd rather just go be a star in Canada. I almost wanted Shedeur to say the hell with my dreams, the hell with my aspirations. And I don't. You know what? Y'all just can't. I just wanted them to have some recourse, sir. Y'all can't do me like this.
They really don't. Just like with Kaepernick, they really don't. They don't have any penalties or any recourse that they would have to pay because they're the man. They're the man. The man.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively, they're the man. They do anything with the hell they want. No matter how bad it looks. And now Mel Kiper and 9 out of 10 broadcasters and insiders said this is some bullshit.
Check this out, man.
Go ahead.
We love Shedeur saying this. Congratulations. My dad, a judge, said you have a winning case to sue. Sir, do you have a case?
How you going to prove it?
The people that colluded are not going to tell you they colluded.
How are you going to prove it?
They're in bed together. They're best friends. They sit at the same table. They're not going to give up the ghost.
Now, if somebody went clandestine in the meeting, in the room, or in the conversation about keeping them, or not drafting them, if there's a recording of them actually saying, we're not going to pick this kid, we're going to show his daddy, then that's one thing. But I doubt that.
I'm sure
there's no recording of them colluding.
I'm sure they leave all the cell phones outside the room. I'm sure there's no recording devices in the room. When they talk this $1 billion, I mean, again, it's a $12 billion business a year.
Get it out.
A $12 billion business a year. When they talk, I'm positive they're protected. They're all literally made men. It really hurts, man. I was hurt this weekend.
I was hurt for that young man.
I was dumbfounded this weekend. Very happy he's going to get the opportunity that he's going to get. Very happy that he got drafted. Very happy he was excited, man. But I almost wanted him to say, like, you know what? Never freaking mind.
Yeah, he can't
never mind.
He can't say never mind. Realistically, he can't say never mind.
But if anybody can, it's him.
One thing you mentioned earlier was about pulling his name out of the draft. So could he have made it, put it out there and sent a letter to the league saying, I'm taking my name out of the draft. And any team that he chose to sign with, he could have done that. Kind of like a free agent.
Okay.
Kind of like a free agent signing like a lot of people did.
My research tells me that he did not have an agent. He has not signed with an agent.
His daddy basically is agent.
Well, but he hasn't signed with an agent.
Right.
And because he hadn't signed with an agent, up until he got drafted, he could have taken his name out of the hat and said, no mas, no thank you. And he played 2 years at Jackson State, played 2 years at Colorado. He had another year he could have played, to my understanding.
Another year? Where? You get 4 years.
You get 4 to play 5, but again, because of COVID, some kids have 5 to play 6. Some kids play 6 to play 7.
That's right. That's right.
So I'm not. Don't say Ryan said, but to my understanding, he possibly could have taken his name out of the draft, man.
Let's take a quick break.
Who wants to do that, man?
Yeah, let's take a quick break. Hollywood coming up. Don't go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tree Taylor here, and the Tea with Tree is back. Wilder, wetter, and wanderlustier. Yes, I made that up. I needed another W. Focus. This time, the tea is even hotter. Wanderlust, a limited travel series featuring my co-host, luxury solo travel goddess and author, Shedeur. Bring your passport and your fantasies, because we're flying high and getting a little naughty along the way as we explore the world and keep your pockets pretty, because y'all know how I do. Viewer discretion advised. Side effects include but are not limited to orgasms. Yes, come. Be ready to be tempted, teased, and turned out by new destinations and decadent, unfiltered stories and adventures. The Tea with Tree presents Wanderlust, a limited travel series brought to you by the Booked Club, beginning May 1st, every Thursday at 8 p.m. on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
It's your boys, the True Life Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews. We're now joined by the lovely Arlie Michelle.
Arlie!
Welcome to Hollywood. What up, Arlie? How are you?
Good morning. Happy Monday to everyone out there. Most what in the world?
Uh-oh. We got another
Bad Sunday.
We got a slight glitch, a little fuzzy camera view, but we're gonna make it work.
We got to get you one of them booster packs.
It is fuzzy
for your Wi-Fi.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's okay.
We'll make it do what we do, though. We make it do what we do.
We'll
See, when I'm looking at my,
go ahead.
I'm literally attached to my Wi-Fi, like to it, and it has 5 bar. Whatever the bar thingy is on there, I don't know what is going on.
That's all right. Let's run with it. Let's go.
How was your weekend, Arlie? What you got from the weekend?
I had a great weekend. Time being a Delta lady this weekend, member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, where I watched one of my longtime friends make the graduate chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated in Jackson, Mississippi. So shout out to Nui across the world. They were crossing everywhere this weekend, Lord Jesus. Everywhere.
Yeah. I seen a lot of pictures and videos and stuff all over the interweb and social media.
I'm not throwing no shade, but when you got
shade is strong.
When you got 130 plus line sisters or line brothers, does the 115 know the number 8? I'm just curious. That's all. Okay, y'all don't want to talk about it. Okay, that's fine. No worries.
I know every one of my LB's numbers.
Well, yeah, but
32 of us.
There was only 32 of y'all, which is a high number, but it's not 137. I mean, 137, 128. I mean, come on, where the sisterhood and the brotherhood in that, man? I mean, I don't want. Never mind. I'm not judging.
So it was a great weekend. Yeah, it's challenging for all of us. I congratulations to the people. I struggle. I have, but next thing you know, I'll end it or cease and desist if I say more than I probably should here. The Big Delta, as we call it, they like I Big Delta, and so to stay out of trouble with Big Delta. Congratulations to all the people who crossed in the D9 this weekend. Woohoo!
All right. Anyway, let's get to your report, Ollie.
Let me say this before we get to my report. I got some Shedeur Sanders hate. First, I was like, "Oh, I'm getting my Browns jersey," and then I sent that to somebody who's close to the family. They were at the party. They were like, "Don't buy that book. F the Browns." I was like, "Wait, I'm missing a part of everything." Like they went past him a million times just so they get them cheap label. So. Yeah, I feel some kind of way. It's been, I just sent you guys a study there. Everybody about how we feel as a people, what we do want. I don't know what we can do, but what I do know
we're having a real trouble with your your reception.
I'm leaving, come back.
That's okay.
So can she leave and come back? Arlie, just go out. Call me.
Doug. She just mentioned something though. Mm-hmm. A big part of this was that the draft, the second day and the third day of the draft, this was the most highly rated draft, second, third day viewership in the league's history.
Oh, yeah. I saw a meme. I can't remember who sent me the meme. Oh, you know who sent the meme?
Who?
Our boy Keith Scott, our homeboy.
Okay.
So Keith Scott sent me a video of a dude breaking down another conspiracy, a lot of people will call it, that the fact that Shedeur wasn't drafted until the 5th round, it kept people's attention to continue to watch.
Right.
Like most people, they kind of slack off. It's kind of like
I was away with Morgan on daddy duty, soccer tournament in Destin. So I wasn't propped in front of a TV as if I was home, but listen to me. I heard the name of every pick up to 144.
And in the past, you didn't do that.
In the past, I did. The past, it was the first day, I would pass through the room on day 2 or day 3. But it was appointment viewership. The entire day, I saw from 1 to 144, not 145.
Yeah. So the owners colluding not to pick Shedeur where they should have was twofold. One, it was to humble his pappy. And 2, it was to keep viewers' eyes on this thing, which I'm absolutely sure it accomplished.
No question.
I'm absolutely sure it accomplished. I know, just like you just said, I typically watch the first round and I'll pay attention to the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 5th round or whatever, but not really.
Nope.
I literally I had an earpiece in my ear if I was driving or I was somewhere not in front of a TV so that I could just hear what team that he was going to be drafted to.
Yeah, man. Very happy to say that he's a pro. Very happy that he's in the Cleveland Brown quarterback room. Very happy that Stefanski.
Which we'll talk more about the Cleveland Brown locker room later.
Very happy that Stefanski will be the guy that's going to be coaching him.
Right.
Oh, look at that. You look like you're fixed, Arlie.
I switched to my phone. It's just something's going on.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. It sounds good to me.
It's gonna be perfect. Hey, and it gives y'all a better view. But...
yeah.
All right. Now we don't want to waste any more of your time, Arlie. What you got for us?
Yes, we're gonna have a birthday because this birthday is extremely important. I will come back to my Shedeur Sanders later on in the chat. Birthdays to blow the whistle. Too Short turns 59 today. Happy birthday, Too Short.
Dog, almost 60 years old.
Almost 60. What's my favorite word?
Bitch.
I gotta say it like that.
Bitch.
Right. We're off the air now and 5. I'm just kidding. And so shout out to Too Short. I got a whole story with Too Short which I will save for another time. It almost got me divorced, I'm divorced now, but it almost got me divorced earlier than I would have been. All because of Too Short.
Oh, yeah, we got to hear this. We got to hear this story.
Yeah. You want to hear it today?
Well,
I'll tell you one day about this Too Short.
However you want to do it. However you want to do it, Arlie.
Yeah, one time, me and Too Short, my line sister / best friend, we're out, we're hanging, we're kicking it. It's before I get married. We take this picture. Too Short is in love with me, of course. Like he in love with the next girl that's gonna go home with it more, so he thought. Anyway, we take this picture. He looks a little too chummy with me. My line says, like, you better hide that picture, girl. You better not have that picture out. You ain't gonna say. I said, you right. I hide the picture. How big he finds the picture? I don't know. He like, what the hell is that? Oh, I didn't nothing. And literally nothing happened. Literally nothing but a picture that was too much, but I was too dumb to throw the picture away. Those back with actual pictures. Lord Jesus. So anyway, that's me and Too Short story. I almost got divorced.
If I were your husband, I would be concerned about you being pimped. I would be concerned about Short Dog having you in the corner.
It's Short Dog. I mean, come on.
Short Dog.
I mean, anyway, but he's cool. He was cool people. He was just real handsy. Bless his heart. And I was not on the corner. For all of y'all out there who are like, oh my God, Arlie, y'all know I'm really green. I'm really like, it goes over my head until it's then flew over and I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, Senator Cory Booker turned 56 yesterday, and singer, rapper, songwriter, and flautist, I think that's how you say it, Lizzo turned 37 yesterday. She's half of herself now. She is really doing the thing with a person who didn't want to be. So shout out to the birthday people. Happy birthday to you. Oh, and our pastor, singing. He turned age, I don't think he told us, on Sunday. So he had a birthday Sunday as well. Shout out to PT.
What's the pastor name? PT.
Paul Thibodeau. We call him PT. And he's the bruz. Plays Iowa State.
Yeah.
One of my former pastors, Craig L. Oliver, celebrated his birthday yesterday as well. So happy belated to Pastor Oliver. He's the bruz also.
All the preachers.
All the preachers. The preaching bruz.
Yes, and I forgot to mention a week ago yesterday, I forgot to mention it last Wednesday. I must have been just distraught. It was the 9th anniversary of Prince's death. Oh, I was
it's only 9 years. It seems longer than that.
2016.
Wow, I was thinking about it the other day. Do y'all realize that we've lost Rick James, Prince, and Michael Jackson? All three of them still should be alive as far as age. They all died relatively young.
Yeah,
they did.
They don't necessarily have to still be alive. I mean, that's a
we're just saying based on
knock on wood, most people live into their 60s.
Yeah, they didn't
early
even make
70s.
Yeah, I lost two classmates last week. I mean, we take it for granted like tomorrow's ours, and it's not. It's not ours.
We do.
Yeah, it's just
we do. Well, anyway, so a couple of stories for you guys before I head out of here. What y'all feel about? First of all, they're remaking, and it's up. Warner Brothers is remaking The Bodyguard. Look who they have tapped to play. Do y'all know who that is?
Kim Kardashian. I've heard about it on the radio. That's crazy. I don't understand. I mean, she's not even an actress, is she?
Well, she's doing a lot of acting now.
She's not a singer. She's a reality.
Well, she was a star in a film with Ray J. She's been acting for her whole adult life.
Say she didn't even do a good job in that one. It was really Ray J that was the star.
Nobody count that bullshit, man. Come on, man.
That's what they say. Ray J was the star. Prince put y'all remember that video that was going viral when Prince put her off the stage because she was up to just kind of he called her up on stage in California. He's like, "Go dance." She's like, I don't even know I don't know what she did. It wasn't even anything. And Prince was like, "Get off."
If you don't get your behind off my stage,
dancing, gyrating. Anyway, so they have already had several meetings about it. The Taylor Swift. So the Swifties are upset because they felt like Taylor Swift should be the lead in it because her what's his name? Sam Wrench is the director of her Eras tour. So he's actually directing this movie, and they feel like, oh, well, she's a shoe-in. But Warner Brothers, the studio remaking the original, is very keen on Kim.
They couldn't find no black singer to do this thing. They couldn't find no. And again, it ain't my decision, but golly,
he can't get it together. And they're gonna just they're gonna get a black bodyguard, and it's gonna just turn into Driving Miss Daisy, and I'm gonna hate it. So
some things should not be fooled with.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah, that's a classic movie, man.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but we're gonna see what happens.
Even though I've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean,
nah, I've never seen The Bodyguard. There's a couple of black.
Who took him away? Doug got snatched away. Did they take his black card?
Strangely enough, I've never seen Jason's Lyric until I saw the play. I've never seen there's a couple of movies that I never saw. Color Purple.
I'm doing the RCA dog on Doug right now. I think he's being snatched because his black card is being revoked and it's not working.
Until the remake 2 or 3 years ago, I never saw the original Color Purple. Just looked like something I didn't want to watch.
Okay.
You've got to watch it once. I mean,
have you seen The Wiz?
Yeah. Oh, I see The Wiz 50 times. Absolutely. That's classic.
I had to pray for you. Yeah, it's gonna some stuff. Just leave it alone. We ain't got to remake everything. Just leave it alone. And that definitely is a remake. Because then what are they gonna do? Have Deborah Cox sing, and they're gonna have Kim lip sync, or they're gonna change it from a singer to maybe an influencer? And
Courtney Williams says a lot of people say it should be Coco Jones. I like Coco Jones.
I like Coco Jones.
They play the hell out of her on V103 here in Atlanta.
Yeah. Tiana Taylor, but Tiana Taylor really needs to play Dionne Warwick. Like that is who it could be. Oh my God, she would be Dionne Warwick all day. Second up, I need to talk to y'all about my friend Lil Boosie. First of all, I got 3 stories, and I'm gonna try to hit them quick with Lil Boosie. He just had another baby. Guess which one it was?
Which one is
what
this?
Number?
Lil Boosie. Which number child this is for him?
8, 9.
It's number 9. So this way. Good job, Doug. they were talking in the tour about Lil Boosie hits. He's on a couple of the millennial tours. Y'all read?
Wait. Back up. Put the me back up.
Did you see what he said?
Had to Skeeter.
Yeah.
Raw dog. Yeah, I damn sure would too.
Oh, God.
That was them
Lil Boosie's so stupid. He made me laugh so hard. So it all started. I went down a Lil Boosie rabbit hole. There was an article. He's on the millennial tour right now. They're closing out their weekend in California. He is on a couple of dates. He had a meet and greet, and everybody was saying not an M-E-E-T, but an M-E-A-T and greet, because the videos of him bending this girl over and acting like he. Because I guess you paid to come back. He had his own little meet and greet. So he back there popping. Like, I didn't even want to pull that video because it was too much. So then it showed up, and somebody in the comments was like, he just had a baby. He's so disrespectful. I was like, oh my God, a baby. So I go, congrats to him. He had a baby about 2 weeks ago. He's all excited about his new baby. This was his girlfriend. I think now she's his fiance. It's his sixth girl. He was like, I cannot. I'm gonna skeet her before she get out the wheelchair good coming from the hospital. I'm gonna skeet her again so I can get a boy. He's so
skeet.
He's so ignorant. So then it made me realize he has current beef with Kanye. You know, recently Kanye posted that he had sexual relations with his son.
How did y'all get that from?
Not a son.
I mean, with his cousin. I'm sorry, with his cousin. But I was reading ahead on my notes about what Boosie says. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. And that happened to you. He's trying to be nice. Then Kanye gets on live and decides he's gonna say, this ninja, he of course uses the other word, ninja smells poor. Not just smells, but he is poor. They didn't send a SHIT to talk SHIT about me. He goes in, so then Lil Boosie, y'all know how ignorant he is. Yeah. That was Lil Boosie's response. He said, he said, the bad thing is, you have a son who follows you, and you gonna have him want to know what it tastes like. It just got wild. So y'all stay tuned for the wildness.
Can we stop now after this latest thing with Kanye? Can we stop with the Kanye is a genius? Kanye's on a different level than us. Kanye's looking at things in a much broader perspective than the rest of the world. Can we stop that?
I've been stopped that. Prince is a genius.
Kanye needs help. I'm not saying Kanye is a stupid person or Kanye needs mental, psychological help. He's sick. He is sick.
Shout out to y'all. Oh, and shout out to Outkast. Congratulations to Outkast and Salt and Pepper for getting into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Woo woo!
Yeah, that's what's up.
Outkast, they first time out on the ballot, get nominated, get into the Hall of Fame, and Salt and Pepper is up. So
why Salt and Pepper ain't been in there? Salt and Pepper's an institution.
They are, but they are getting inducted, and they're getting the Musical Influence Award for their role in shaping rock and roll and impacting youth culture. Shout out to both of them.
Outstanding job, Ollie.
Thank you, Ollie.
We appreciate it. That's Hollywood Entertainment Report. Hey, Doug, which bear is the most condescending? Which bear is the most condescending?
I have no idea, man.
A panda. 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 Up next in the Doghouse with your boys, the Two Live Stews.
Yeah, I don't.
It's your Two Live Stews experience.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Last 48, man. It's time for the last 48.
Hold on. Tree, did you get that? You didn't even get it either, right? Okay, I'm just making sure.
Panda. Panda. Which bear is the most condescending? Panda.
Pan. Hold on a second. Hold on.
We'll work on colors and numbers later.
I just got it, like pan, and you say duh, because he's being condescending. Oh, I was back here saying it repeatedly, and I wasn't getting it.
Yeah, you gotta have.
It's that big brain.
You gotta have depth to get what I'm pushing and selling. You gotta have depth. Last 48 up next, man. Y'all keep it locked to your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, and the Two Live Stews Experience. Good morning, y'all.
It's top 5 up next.
Okay, well, I don't have a run, so yeah, top 5 up next.
Yeah, you
top
do.
5 up next. No, I don't. I didn't have
private chat.
Yeah. All right, top 5 up next. Y'all keep it locked to your boys, the Two Live Stews.
Are you tired of workouts that leave you feeling drained? Do you want to push your limits without compromising your health? Introducing NPE, the ultimate pre-workout powerhouse. NPE is packed with natural plant-based ingredients that fuel your body and mind. We're talking about sustained energy, enhanced focus, and accelerated recovery. All this while giving your immune system a powerful boost. But NPE doesn't stop there. It also stimulates circulation, enhancing blood flow throughout your body. And it doesn't just improve your workout performance, it also boosts fertility and sexual drive in both men and women. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting your fitness journey, NPE is here to help you reach new heights. Don't settle for sluggish workouts. Unleash your inner athlete with NPE. That's natural performance energy. This is not your ordinary pre-workout supplement. Our clients will tell you NPE also stands for natural power, peak performance. Every workout.
Cam Ward. Now, I did a video of him about 2 months ago. I didn't drop it because I felt like it might come off a little like a hating. We're going to today. I watched his back and forth with Shedeur. Now, I don't know who idea it was to have him on the same video as Cam Ward. If y'all watched it on Bucky video on Well Off Media, every time I turn around, Cam Ward had something smart to say. Not just smart to say. He was saying all the things the people that don't like Shedeur were saying. I'm like, wait a minute. I understand if you want to be funny and be jovial. I get it. You want him to crack a few jokes. All right. A few one-offs. But I'm watching him. And he kept initiating the jokes. And the things he was saying about your father. Not disrespectful, but you was giving everything in your life. You come from money. Right? You played in a soft conference. You don't have the athletic ability. He was saying all. I'm like, well, dang. This nigga, he quit on this team, right? Yeah, that's why he quit. Can y'all imagine if the last game, the bowl game in BYU, can you imagine Shedeur not playing? Can you imagine that? I realized they pushed Cam Ward to the front because they didn't like Shedeur.
It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews, and this is your Two Live Stews experience. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Really appreciate it. I couldn't disagree more. Because when they were ribbing each other, Shedeur put out there, well, you quit on your team. Cam Ward still went first.
Yeah, no, he had to because he had to have some type of comeback. It was malicious what Cam was doing and saying about Shedeur.
What Cam Ward had to say during that workout with Cam and Shedeur has absolutely nothing to do with where Shedeur got drafted.
I don't think that may be true, but it may not be. Hold on.
Okay. All right, go ahead, man.
It was malicious. We had a long conversation about this on the show. The video with Cam and Shedeur working out together.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It was malicious, and the guy made the point that I was trying to make with you when we had this long debate about it 2 months ago.
Right.
Maybe a month or so ago.
Yep.
Cam Ward said everything that the haters wanted to say.
Okay.
He put fuel on the fire. Why was that? They should have been lifting each other up.
Yep.
Cam Ward was saying malicious, hurtful things about that man's character, about his game, and it was not necessary is the point. It was not necessary.
So what happened to the hurtful, malicious things that Shedeur was saying about Cam Ward? It didn't hurt him at all?
In comparison, it was 90% to 10. Cam Ward went off. All of the video that we saw was Cam going off with Shedeur. The one thing you just mentioned about was when Cam didn't play the second half of the bowl game. Shedeur mentioned that. But at that point, he had to say something because Cam was killing him.
So you're going to allow the narrative to be Shedeur went 144 because of what Cam Ward was saying?
No, nobody
said
it. Nobody said
Stop it. Please stop it.
The point the guy was making was it was clearly hate and it was unnecessary.
Okay.
That's the point the guy's making.
Right. Okay. Cam Ward and Shedeur was not in the draft room with these owners that colluded to keep Shedeur out. So stop it.
What I'm saying,
they were ribbing on each other. So one drops 140 places and the other goes number one. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay. All right. Let's get to the top five, man. You're watching the Two Live Stews experience. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart. Top five.
Hey, man, if we're doing top five, I need to start talking, and you need to be quiet if we're doing top five. I mean, let's just keep it real. That's how this thing works. I'm on a freaking top 5 heater, and you don't get to talk during my goddamn segment. And I'm getting tired of you trying to do that. The people have spoken, the people have voted, and they don't want to hear from you this segment. You can see our top 5 from last week. Top 5 centers, one of the dumbest top 5s we've ever done. But hey, we did it anyway. I told them that it made no sense, but we did it anyway, and mine made more sense. 76% of the vote came to me. That's why I'm the one talking now during the top 5 segment. Now, today's top 5, in honor of the Sanders family getting drafted, I mean, Prime, one of the greatest football players ever in the history of games, period, has 2 sons now in the National Football League, or having a chance to go to the National Football League. So today's top 5 father-son duos in sports.
Combos. We said combos, actually, not duos. But you're pretty right. You're pretty
It's
close.
combos.
Combos. Yeah.
And I do have the text ready if we need it.
Yeah, we have to
You
have.
stay out of this too, Tree. Nobody don't want to hear from you in the top 5. Nobody don't want to hear from you or Doug in the top 5. Hush your mouth, Tree. Hush your mouth.
We have to have receipts whenever you're involved.
All right. Doug, I want you to go with your top 5 first.
Top 5 father-son combos of all time. Let's roll out the list, Tree. Coming in at number 5, Deion, Shedeur, and Shiloh Sanders. Coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 4, Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. Classic. Good versus evil. Coming in at number 3, Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, you think I don't see what you're doing here?
Coming in at number 2, Fred and Lamont Sanford.
Oh,
Classic.
you think I don't see what you're doing here?
Combos. And coming in at number 1, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God and Jesus of Nazareth. That's my top 5 father-son combos of all time. God and Jesus of Nazareth. God and Jesus of Nazareth. Who's going to vote against this top 5? Who's going to vote against this top 5? I dare you.
Yeah. It's not going to work, man. On a random Monday in April, you want to give the Lord Jesus and our Savior Jesus some props, but not on Easter Sunday weekend? People don't want to hear that.
No matter what you say, your list not going to be God and Jesus of Nazareth.
Drop that list, Tree. Drop that list, Tree. There's a theme with my top 5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fathers that have played.
And see, this is that bullshit.
What is this? What is this? What is this?
It's good. It's good TV.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's not what I loaded.
You loaded it.
That's not what I loaded, though.
I did not touch this.
You said Tree unloaded it.
I did not touch this.
I have a white background on mine. I have a white background. I mean, it blows my mind what you guys are willing to do to go to the lengths to get me to lose. It literally blows my mind. Top 5 father-son combos in sports all time. Bobby Bonds and Barry Bonds, both very highly successful baseball players. Barry set numerous records. Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. I mean, it just blows my mind what y'all are willing to do.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Why do you have a picture of Bobby Bonds rubbing his son's bookie?
Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. Floyd Mayweather Sr. and Jr.
You did
Deion Sanders, Shedeur, Shiloh, and last but not least,
I can't even see
the number 1 father-son combo is the king and his prince, Braun and Brawny. They're the first father-son duo to play on the same team at the same time.
God, that's real bootleg. This is
and
real
when
bootleg,
when it comes to my top 5, the theme was father and son that were working together.
We can't tell because we can't see this shit.
Well, I mean, I had a white background on mine, and
It's somebody else's fault.
This to yourself. I have repeatedly begged you to please send me. Just send me the graphic because you don't know what you're doing. What I do know is I'm going to protect my intellectual properties by not giving it to y'all. Period. And I don't give a damn what you say. Y'all will never get my list again because you do stuff like this.
Right.
I submitted a white list, and this is clear. I don't have a clear font. I don't have that. Yeah.
So somebody. So hold on. You're saying Tree altered your list that you put into the system.
The fact that all of the 5 father and son combos that I've mentioned have done something together, coached together. The Mayweathers train together. LeBron and his son play together. Dion and Shedeur. Dion coached his kids for the last 15 years. This will be the first year that they hadn't been coached by their father. That's my top 5. Yeah, everybody sees what's going on. Jungle Brother voting for Ryan, but it looks like we're boarding the Titanic this week. Yeah, I get it, Jungle Brother. I appreciate your vote and your support, but yeah, I submitted a white list with a white background, and it's clear. I mean, hey.
So you're saying, for the record, let me make sure we get this straight. You're saying
for
Tree.
The record,
you're saying Tree. Hold on. You're saying Tree changed the list that you put in the system. You put it in the system.
I have a white background that I submitted.
You gotta stop this,
man. Hey, man.
You gotta stop this, man.
No, y'all gotta stop, man. The lengths that y'all are willing to go to, man, it's mind blowing, man.
All right, Tree, take it down, Tree. I'm tired of laughing at that and him blaming other people for his mistakes. Take it down, Tree.
Y'all vote for your boy, One Lies Stew. When it gets posted on Facebook, something tells me it'll be like it's the way it's supposed to be. And then you guys can see the list and you can make your votes and make your decisions. But thank you guys very much for participating in the top 5. Mind blowing. Just mind blowing.
So we'll have the top 5 competition put up in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group by no later than noon today. And you'll actually be able to see Ryan's disaster that he just tried to post into the competition. You'll be able to see the list. Just list it out. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to start? Look, you want to jump into these last 48 memes?
I would love to jump into the last 48, man.
All right, so we got actually more than 5 today. So last 48 are the biggest memes in the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group over the last 48 hours. Actually, it's a little bit longer than that, but who's counting?
Douglas, let's start with the celebration, the bros first, since we're starting early.
Run it.
Thank you.
Really appreciate everybody's participation this morning. Good morning, y'all.
Okay, so we both had chapter bros. One got drafted. Yours got drafted. Mine signed a free agent deal. Shouts out to Aaron Smith. I think bruh is 20. This is 25. I think he's 23. Zyside 2023 signed a free agent deal with the New York Jets.
That's awesome.
Did not get drafted. There was only one HBCU player to get drafted in the entire draft.
Was it the guy Carson was talking about on Thursday?
I'm not sure. I can't remember who Carson was talking about on Thursday, but put it back up one more time. But shouts out to this young man. This young man is a dog, literally and figuratively. Linebacker, 6'2", about 235, runs probably a 4.48. He runs sub 4.5.
You know what's funny, man? How these linebackers that are beasts are wearing team numbers, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think he should be, if he's really a beast, he should be a 54, 56, a 55.
Yeah, I don't like the number thing the way these kids do it, these young people do it today either. But I feel real confident the young man's going to make a squad. So shouts out to Aaron Smith, Zyside, 23 or 22 maybe. No, he's 23, I think. And then you had a chapter bro get drafted, 253rd pick in the 2025 draft. Mr. Zeke Biggers.
Rude dog. That bro is 21. Outstanding young bro. And
21?
Yep. He's 2021.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Y'all can pledge as freshmen at.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. No, he's not 21. Oh, it's 25. That bro's 23. My apologies.
Damn.
He's 23. No, he wasn't in school that long.
I
mean, yeah, man, he's going down to Miami.
He could have become the bros at Tech in 21 and had a COVID year or something like that, maybe. Yeah. So that's why I didn't push back too much. But damn, he's been on the yard a long time.
Shouts out to Zeke, man. 253 going to Miami. I'm looking forward to going down there and see that bro play. Hopefully both of those bros make the squad, man.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next one, Tree. This was just something I posted, started a lot of conversation in the chat group over the past weekend. I really do believe that the owner some way put it out there that, let's not take this kid. We'll show him and his daddy who's got the power. We're going to humble these ninjas today. I really do believe that.
As long as they didn't bring him in to keep him away from the Pittsburgh Steelers and they have intentions on cutting him on the final cut, it'll all work out.
Speaking of which,
it'll all work out. As long as this just wasn't a ploy to get him off the board for other people, and then at the end of the training camp for them to cut him. As long as that's not part of it, man, it's all going to work out.
That could possibly be part of it. That could definitely be part of it.
No question.
Tree,
if they colluded and we're on the same page, anything could happen, sir.
Speaking of which, Tree, put up that graphic with the Cleveland Browns, not this one, the Cleveland Browns quarterback room. The Browns added Shedeur Sanders in a crowded quarterback room. Joe Flacco, 40 years old. Kenny Pickett, age 26, been on a couple teams now. They drafted Dylan Gabriel a little bit before they drafted Shedeur. Deshaun Watson, he got the big contract, but he's had a lot of issues.
I don't even know why they put Deshaun. I don't even know why Deshaun's on this graphics. He's not going to be there.
What? Well, hold on. Let's let me finish laying this out, and then Shedeur. This is a crowded quarterback room. What are your thoughts? What pull out who you think's not going to be there after they go through training camp? Like, how do you think this thing's going to play out with these quarterbacks right now?
There's at a minimum, there's going to be 3 quarterbacks in the quarterback room. At a maximum, there's going to be 4, and one of them will be a practice player, and the other 3 will be on the roster.
Okay.
But Deshaun Watson will not be there, and Kenny Pickett will more than likely not be there. Flacco's probably going to start, and Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur will be competing for the backup. Flacco won't play the whole season, and then it'll come down to Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur.
I got to stop you. I got to ask you a question. Why are you so confident? The way you said that, you were confident that Deshaun Watson won't be on the team.
Man, they hate Deshaun Watson, and they're trying to figure out ways to get his money back.
Yeah, but they're not. He's got guaranteed money. They have to pay him if they cut him. Why would they cut him?
Right.
Yeah, he's been injured the last couple of years. I'm guessing they're hoping that he's healthy and he's the Deshaun Watson that they got from Houston.
Management has been talking about turning the page and moving forward with this franchise. I foresee that happening. I don't see them blowing another season on Deshaun Watson because to this point, it's a terrible deal. He hasn't done a damn thing, and I don't think they're going to keep mortgaging the seasons that they move forward with for the team with Deshaun Watson.
But
I know you want him to get a chance. I know he deserves a chance, but it's been 3 years where he's done absolutely nothing.
They have to pay him.
Right.
They have to pay him the money, the guaranteed money. Right. And if he's healthy, he's better than all of them.
I agree with you 100%. Are you listening to me?
Uh-huh.
The Cleveland Browns are going to turn the page on Deshaun Watson. Does that mean pay him? Does that mean cut him? Does that mean suspend him? Does that mean create another case against him? I don't know. But what I'm saying is there will be moving on from Deshaun Watson. He's had 3 years out of a 5-year deal, and he's done absolutely nothing. There goes that beautiful list. Bobby Bonds, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr., Floyd Mayweather Sr. Jr., Dion. And you can't see it now, but at the bottom I had honorable mention, Muhammad Ali and Layla Ali.
Because what is Muhammad this? Where did this come from?
Your list look bootleg as hell, man. You ain't going to win just because of that.
Right. Right, but
and
right.
you got
Bobby
Bonds. You got Bobby Bonds feeling up on his son's ass.
Whoever's working for you, you need to fire them.
He's not even touching his son's butt. And here's the graphic, guys. I wish you guys could see the honorable mention, Ali and Layla Ali. But hey, it's there, guys, and I appreciate your support. Y'all know what's going on. Look at it right there. Honorable mention, Ali and Layla.
We needed to run to a break because you got to go, don't you? You got to leave early, don't you? So we need to get a bunch of stuff before you get out of here.
Okay.
Let's go to break, guys.
Y'all keep it locked to the Two Live Stews and the Two Live Stews experience. You're in the dark. Pow! Dogs and poodles. It's the Two Live Stews, and we're back. Our debate that started us on radio was the effectiveness of the option. Idiot.
You call your brother idiot? I never call you an idiot.
Dummy. What you did is called hijack the show. I'm done. Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart streaming live Monday and Thursday at 7 a.m.
That's the number 2 live stews youtube.com. 2 live stews youtube.com. You a funny
Lakers
guy.
Got a problem. Lakers got a problem, man, and Memphis will get swept. You're not gonna get beat by 50 by the number 1 team in the West and think you just no.
Okay, so I'll even bet you $5 that Memphis won't get swept.
Okay.
5?
Yeah, I'm willing to go as high as you want.
How about 50?
I'm willing to go as high as you want. That there'll be a sweep in the OKC Memphis.
Wow. Series. Okay. How about 100?
I'm willing to bet whatever you want to bet that it'll be a sweep.
$100.
Deal. Y'all keep it locked, man. You got to remember, man, I do this. It's your boys, the Two Live Stews, Doug Stewart and Ryan Stewart, the makeup of those stews, and this is your Two Live Stews experience. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Remember, man, I do this. I sent this message to Tree over the weekend. The Thunder did that. Yo, 3 of life. Make sure your guy Dougie runs me my money. Run me my money. I thought about holding out this morning until I got paid, but you did come to the table with my money before the show, so I'm here. But I was ready to hold out.
Unfortunate. Game 3, the Grizzlies were up by 26 points.
Yes.
And they were up as high as 29, and Ja gets hurt and goes out, and these assholes give up a 26-point lead at halftime and lose.
I don't think Ja played in that game.
No, he did play. He got hurt.
He didn't play in the 4th game. He got hurt in the 3rd game. Correct. Right.
Yeah.
But in the 4th game this past night, on the 26th Saturday night, SGA dropped 38. Jalen Williams dropped 23. And with no Ja Morant, they didn't stand a chance. When they almost lost game 3, I thought you had me when they were down by 20-plus points. I thought you had me. But the cream rise to the top, sir.
I wanted to make a deal with you, but you weren't even trying to hear it.
No.
Let's do.
You were trying to save face. You were trying to save money. What kind of deal can you make with me? Why would I want to make another deal when you hadn't paid me on the first deal? I wasn't even considering it. I wasn't even listening to you.
Right. Let's go to the last 48 memes before, so you can get out of here. You got to go somewhere early.
You don't want to talk about the wager no more? Why would you do that? I mean, as a matter of fact, whenever the 8 plays the 1, since it's been a play-in, I think that 8 has been swept every year.
Hey, man,
wagering site coming to twolivestews.tv. A wagering page coming to twolivestews.tv because I do this, man.
Let's just go into the last 48 memes and let you go.
Well, but I'm not finished talking about the win yet. I want to bet. Can we talk about the bet?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. How's it feel to lose? How's it feel to be told, hey man, you sure?
I'm not answering no dumbass question like that. Next question.
All right. How's it feel, man, for your little brother to say, hey, Doug, I don't think you should do that, man. But if you want to bet on it, let's bet on it.
Hey, man, they were up by 26 points at half.
They lost.
You're right. They did.
Yeah, they lost.
I'm not answering any of your dumbass questions about this bet. Let's just move on.
Getting all violent and threatening me and cursing doesn't make you a big man.
I'm not.
Doesn't make you a big man.
But you make it sound like you some type of betting guru or something like that.
I do this.
You're not no betting guru.
The world saw me take you from $1 to 100, sucker. You a sucker, man.
Oh, fake ass Lee Corso ass having ninja.
But he did go from 4 to 10, Doug, real fast. Just
no. Don't speak on my behalf in the top 5, Tree. Tree, don't you say nothing about the top 5s. Don't even communicate about my top 5, Tree.
Can we get to these memes, man? They were down by 26 points at half, and you pounded in your chest like you some type of betting guru.
Yeah, they got swept like I said they would.
Yeah. God,
the only score that matters is the final score. Shut your mouth. The final score said they got beat.
Go ahead, Tree. Please, let's go with the memes. Nobody want to hear this.
Y'all are here somehow making my list transparent. I don't even know how to make a list transparent.
Yeah. Everybody's doing you wrong. Everybody's tricking you.
I've never seen a transparent list.
Everybody's tricking you. All right, so this meme right here from the 2 Live Stews Facebook chat group, I just circled a comment, and it was about the whole Shedeur thing, obviously. Jay Menifee, Johnny Manziel was known as a drunk. We forget about the Johnny Manziel drunk story.
I didn't forget about it. No, sir.
Johnny Manziel was known as a drunk and a party animal with an arrest record in college, and he still went first round. Baker Mayfield had a bunch of issues about the character and maturity coming out of college. He was outspoken and arrogant. He went first round. Shedeur never came close to getting into any trouble, showed great leadership, great play on the field, and consistently named as the first or second best quarterback in this draft. This makes no sense. 2 things I want to add about Shedeur as well.
2 things.
Shedeur's teammates said that he was a great teammate, and Shedeur passed over 70% completion.
Yes. Over 70% completion percentage.
That's what I was saying early. You can make an argument. It was him dropping to 15 or 20, or maybe even the top of the second round. But to say the man is a 5th round pick is collusion.
Now I do want to say this.
Oh, here you go.
I do want to say that. No,
Let's hear it.
no,
Let's
no.
hear it.
He was supposed to be a first-day draft pick. His body of work said that. We saw him turn 2 losing teams into winning teams. We saw that firsthand. Okay,
70% completion percentage.
He's also got over a 3.0 grade point average when it comes to his schooling. All right. If the interview process was as dreadful as people are saying, we probably should never have a way of knowing that. But I'm willing to bet if it was that bad, we'll shortly start seeing clips and things from that. If he torched that process, I get him falling if he torched that process.
Oh, so you're saying if he did actually have a horrible interview, that we're going to start seeing clips. But if he had a good interview, we won't see clips.
So
is that what you're saying?
When I visited the Detroit Lions, I walk into the DB room with Johnny Fontes, it depends on how you want to say it. And he had plays on the board. Play A, play B, play C, play D. Had the coverage, had it listed, bam, 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 bam. Okay, Mr. Stewart, take a look at these plays for a few minutes.
Right.
Take a look at these plays for a few minutes. I'll be back in a second. He leaves, comes back 30 minutes later. 30 minutes. And he scrubs the board. I said, hey, man, hold on. What you doing? What you doing, man?
He wants you to diagram the plays, break the plays down.
Put those plays back up on the board for me. Put the settings back up on the board.
And your ass wasn't even paying attention.
Well, no, I paid attention and I talked my way through and I did get it right. Okay.
Was you stumbling and fumbling your words?
Not with what the safeties were supposed to be doing. But with everyone else, 3 technique, 5 technique, linemen, linebackers, I had a few guys out of position. And he's like, so at Georgia Tech, you didn't make calls for defense? I said, yes, sir, I did. But I set the defense. I didn't set the front. The linebacker sets the front at Georgia Tech. I set the secondary.
Uh-huh.
He goes, okay, I understand. So draw one of your plays. So my point is, If Dabo sat down with him and put some stuff in his face and said, learn this terminology and spit it back to me, and he couldn't do it, I'm not drafting him 5th overall either.
Dabo?
I'm not.
What do you mean Dabo?
Not Dabo. Daboll.
Okay.
The head coach for the Giants.
Right. I thought you were talking about Dan. Is he interviewing for the Clemson Tigers?
If he fumbled the interviews to that extent, then I understand. But again, that's why I said all day, we don't know, we won't know, and we shouldn't know if that happened.
Right. Absolutely. 100%. Next one, Tree. I love this one right here from Independent Dope.
It's a great one.
Don't let the media tear down black fathers. At one point, the media has made each one of these black fathers a villain. Pay attention.
No question. No question, man.
Each one of these black fathers were painted to be a villain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Explain that to me. Explain that to me.
And for the record, all 4 of those fathers have done an outstanding job, and all of those churn are great. All of those churn are great.
All of them churn are great.
Every last one of them.
Not only great, GOAT status.
I agree.
Serena and Venus and Tiger, they GOAT status.
Oh yeah, Shedeur already got his jersey retired.
So you think that's a coincidence, man? That these people are painted as villains?
On
one hand, they talk so much shit about black fathers, about how we're not there, and the majority of these kids being born today, and we're not in their lives, and this, that, and the other, and the crime rate, and people not being with their families, etc. But these guys go above and beyond to raise these kids.
That's right. That's right.
And they turn out to be villains. If you let the media report it, they're bad guys. They're villains.
Yep. Yeah, man. I get it, man. I understand. I got a question for you, though, man.
Nothing else needs to be said, really.
I got a question for you, though. And
Go ahead.
I didn't think about this until after the draft or during the draft. And what I don't want the chat room to say is, here go Ryan playing the other side. Yeah, I don't want that.
You do that a lot, though.
No, but we need to talk about everything because there's so many things that play.
Yay, Caitlin Clark.
There's so many things that play, and I love her. Keep her out of this. She ain't got nothing to do with this.
Go ahead, man. You got to go. Don't you got to go?
Is it a red flag? Hey, man, let me manage my own schedule. Let me manage my own schedule, big brother. I'm the one that shows up on time more so than you. Is it a red flag that Deion was those kids' only coach for 15 years? Can that possibly be a problem for a head coach in the National Football League?
If you want to make it a problem, you could. But if you want to use it as a plus, you can make that argument too.
Well, what's the plus?
The plus is Deion Sanders is arguably the best football player to ever put on cleats.
He's a DB.
Hold on, but that's not the point. I'm not talking about DBs. I'm saying overall, I can make the argument. We talked about this before. I can make the argument he's the greatest football player to ever step on the field, pound for pound, despite position.
I concur.
Yeah.
I concur.
You were around that guy all day, your entire life. That's a good thing.
I agree. However, an offensive coach that's a head coach that's an offensive coordinator, like the Giants coach, can he not say this kid has, for 15 years, only been under the tutelage of his dad? Will he even accept my coaching when I tell him to do this or not to do this, or to stop doing that, to say this, or to...
You think Deion was calling his offensive plays in high school and college?
Well, no, I didn't say that. But what I'm saying is he's the only coach that he's had to respond to is his dad.
Okay, I don't agree with that, but I don't think so, man. I don't think that should be an issue.
Okay.
I think if I were, we talked about him training with Tom Brady
for the last couple of summers.
And once again, I don't want to repeat myself over and over. I can make the argument Deion's the best football player to ever live.
I concur. I agree.
And being around that all day, all night, osmosis, with a little bit of osmosis and him just soaking up Deion's greatness, I don't see that as being a bad thing.
Okay. All right, continue, man.
Next one, Tree.
Really enjoyed this part.
Yeah, I thought that was great. They had Warren Moon, Cam Ward's introductory press conference. They surprised him. Warren Moon walks in from the back room holding his jersey. You know, Warren Moon's jersey is retired for the Titans/Oilers. He walks into the room and he's going to allow Cam to wear number 1. I thought that was great.
You know what would be even better?
What?
Is if they bring Warren Moon on the staff to mentor Cam Ward.
Yeah. They don't even have to bring him on. I mean, yeah, they could just give him a consultant title. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. Yeah.
That would be great. But the number's been retired, so they needed his permission to pull it out of retirement. I had a similar situation at our school when they wanted to pull the 24 out of the rafters. That's been retired in my honor.
In high school. High school. Yeah.
And they brought the 20. They called and said, "Hey, man, we want to use this number 24 for the defensive captain every year. No matter what position the captain plays, they will wear the number 24. If it's okay with you, I'd be honored. Thank you. No problem at all." So for them to bring back Warren Moon, like, "Hey, man, Cam Ward coming, he wears number 1. That would really be awesome." And for Moon to say, "Of course, I love it, man. I love it."
Yeah, that was great. I don't think this actually, this picture actually, this couldn't have happened because Warren Moon ain't putting on no uniform. So this is some type of AI stuff or whatever, but the point is made and is valid as hell. I love this picture, man.
You can do anything with graphics these days, man. AI is unreal. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Some of us can do anything with graphics. Not everybody.
Right.
Yep. You're exactly right.
Next one, Tree.
Watch the support I get though. Y'all will see. Watch the support. Everybody knows what y'all are up to.
Next one, Tree.
I think that's it.
That's it.
That's all of them.
Hey, man, looks like you got to go, man.
Yeah, I do have to go, man. I'll be listening, and I'll even call in if I have to. I'll be watching.
Don't do that. Don't stress yourself. Go ahead and handle your business. Go ahead and handle your business.
I saw some incredible chat that's going to create riveting conversation. So make sure y'all hit all of them. And lastly, Super Chatters, thank y'all very much. Super Chatters, thank y'all very much. We really appreciate it. A lot of people gave. I saw Derek give. Shouts out to you, cuz. Thank you very much.
Hey, Tree, put his list back up there again.
Yeah, I don't believe y'all.
He had somebody do, and this this color is not.
I don't believe you didn't mention any girl dads. The Jesus play was pretty good. You didn't mention any girl dads.
Right? It was father son. Thank you, Tree.
Other daughters matter too. I got a daughter. My daughter matters too.
Hey, man, whoever typed this up, they look like they use a Texas Instrument, man. What kind of font is that?
God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If you don't know him, you need to find him and show him love. That's all he's showing you. Nothing but love.
That nigga use a Texas Instrument computer. All right, we're going to read a bunch of chat when we get back from the break. Don't go away. Two Live Stews. Funny.
The music. They don't want us to win. They want to finish us. They want us broke. They want us miserable. They don't want us to be blessed up. They don't want us all the way up. So what we're going to do is be all the way up.
I love that track, Tree. Great selection.
Just trying to keep it, with everything going on and just all the vitriol against the black man. And I love black men.
Yeah, once again, for the record, it wasn't necessarily about him being black, because they draft black players all the time. There's half of the quarterbacks in the NFL are black. It's all about, keeping a foot on our necks, and keeping us humble, keeping us not happy.
Hate that word.
Keeping us not happy. Right. I hate that humble word too.
I don't look it up. The definition, I always tell people, I'm humble. No, fuck that. We have a lot of chat.
Yeah. You know why? I think that we are loud and boisterous, and we talk a lot of shit, and we over the top in a lot of things. I mean, we've been so oppressed for so long. When we get a chance to celebrate, we celebrate.
Absolutely.
There's no need for you to be excited and jubilant and happy and talking ish and this, that, when you've been winning for the last 400 years. You're used to it. You see what I'm saying? If you these people, you're used to winning and everything going your way.
Right.
Us, when we win and we make it to this level and we get out of our circumstances and we are winning, we won. We go kind of hard on talking trash, talking ish, because this ain't a normal occurrence for us.
Well, have you ever noticed that people from other countries, Black people from other countries, they have a knowing, a deservedness about themselves, because they teach people, they teach them in Africa. All you see on the African billboards is Black folks and Jamaica and the Caribbean. They know that they are the shit, but they tell us to just dim it down a little. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, this whole thing is literally
be the main character,
because his daddy was a masterful, maybe top 2, 3 shit talkers in the history of sports. That's what this all comes down to. When you whittle it down, it all comes to they didn't like the ish talking, the arrogance of his daddy.
Right.
And him.
I love it.
Now he got the ish talking gene too, not like his daddy, but him to a smaller degree than Dion. True, let's read these chat messages. Let's get it. Thank you for watching the Two Live Studios experience.
Shout out to all the new people in this space. I was out this weekend and this man came up to me. I made a video of it and said that this show helps him literally, emotionally to make it through his days. And so keep telling the people. We appreciate y'all. I know that this wasn't a paid chat, but I just this is funny as hell. From Loose Neck, ON. Sigh. If Ryan gets pulled over for speeding, best believe Doug called it in. Derek Rivers, good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
What's up,
Thank
Cuzzo?
you so much.
Thank you,
for
Cuzzo.
your donation. From Mr. International, where have you been? Thank you so much. Do you believe Shedeur Sanders having a fractured back in 2023 caused his draft stock to drop?
No, I haven't heard one word. I didn't even know he had a fractured back. I know he had an injury. I didn't know it was a fractured back or vertebrae or whatever. Nah, it had nothing to do with his injury history. He played, and he got sacked more than any the stat. I can't remember the stat exactly, but I'm sure y'all have seen it watching the draft. He got sacked like 2 times more than any other quarterback in college football over the last 2 years at Colorado. The man was literally running for his life, but still found a way to complete 70+% of his passes. Right. Explain that to me. Go ahead, Tree.
From Loose Neck Side, thank you so much for your donation. Arlie Michelle's AOL ain't AOLing. That phone looks she should use the phone. It looked real good.
I mean, it sounded good too.
Crispy and
yeah, Ollie, just
use the phone.
Just use the phone from now on, Ollie.
Absolutely.
Thank
I'm back
you.
for struggling.
Let's see. Loose Neck. Come on, Loose Neck. Thank you so much. I can get some extra strength Tylenol. Do I go to hell if I don't vote for Doug? Talking about Doug's stellar list. I mean, it's a.
I mean,
God.
God.
Let me get this off of here. Hold on.
Right, God and Jesus of Nazareth. How you gonna vote against that, my brother?
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
You're okay.
There's no top. There's no better father and son combo than that.
Absolutely not. Verna, welcome, Verna Woods. Thank you so much. She said,
Verna, thank you, Verna. Pass the word.
We love the estrogen.
Public service announcement. I got a couple of them. Please share the show. That would be big. Please share the show. Just hit the share button. We would appreciate it so much. That means more than you can ever imagine. You can donate to the show, just like Verna and a couple other people so far. All right. Look to the bottom of the chat if you're watching the show live right now. Y'all know it's live. If you're watching the show live right now, look to the bottom of the chat to the right and click on the little dollar symbol. You can click and donate whatever you want. $1, $5, $10, whatever. If you're watching the replay, same thing. Look to the bottom of the chat to the right, and you'll see a heart symbol. Click on the heart, and you can donate as well. And lastly, if you need life insurance, okay, that's what I do in my real life. Okay, I sell life insurance. I help people with financial planning, et cetera, et cetera. But if you need life insurance, you need to get a policy. This is my real number. You ready? Grab a pen. 678-770-8073. Yeah. All right, you need to hear it one more time. 678-770-8073. Yeah. Give me a call. I'll hook you up. All right, Tree, let's go back to the chat. Tree, you like the jingle, right?
It's lovely.
Thank you. All right, let's go.
It's wonderful. Oh, okay. Welcome, Verna. Rough Buff, thank you so much for your donation. Ryan, did Doug support you like Shiloh supported his brother during the draft? Well, he's not here to answer, but he might use his phone and call in. But
I've talked
Doug,
about it before.
you can answer it.
I've talked about it before. It was a very, very special thing for our family because here's the thing. We literally dedicated our lives to football. And that's not hyperbole. Me and Ryan started playing football at the age of 7.
Did your dad
Yeah, our dad was
did
our
your
coach.
dad play
Our dad
football?
our dad was our coach throughout our entire lives. Up until high school.
Was he wired? I'm not saying Dion is wired. I like that kind of audacity and energy about your kids or anything. Was your dad vocal like that about you too?
Absolutely. And our old man was a shit talker. Anybody that know Ralph Stewart from Moco know that he talked much trash. He was the loudest person at the stands. Like, I get people today still inbox me on social media. Man, I used to love going to the games when your dad was there. He didn't care who heard him. He didn't care. Our old man was screaming. I wish somebody watching the show right now was during the time that we were in high school, could come into this chat room and attest. Our old man was unabashedly proud of his boys.
Bashfully.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Loose Necks Owen Sai with another donation. Yeah, probably. Whoever the ghost producer of Ryan's shit is winning. Thank you. Continue to do what you did. Okay.
Yeah.
From Ty Davison, 3-piece suit, tracksuit, suitcase, lawsuit, Shannon and 5. I don't know. Y'all still talking about that? I wasn't here Thursday.
I guess he's saying Shannon's going to win his case. He's not going to go to jail or have to pay $50 million. I guess that's what he's saying about Shannon Sharp. We didn't get into that today, but that's all we talked about Thursday, pretty much, Tree.
Fat Even, Evan is an AN, so Fat Even. We love Shedeur Sanders. Congratulations. My dad said, "Oh, you read that already."
No, I didn't read this.
His dad's a judge. He said something else later.
Oh,
my dad said you have a great case to sue and will win.
That's right. We did read that. Yeah.
He just posted it again. Welcome to the show, Fat Even. Tell 5 people. From RC, what's frustrating is all the negative reports on the bad interviews without putting a name on it.
Yeah.
I believe, like Ryan, if it really happens, something is going to leak.
Well, I agree with Ryan, the last point he made. If he was arrogant, if he was aloof, I read something.
They want to tell it.
All right. I read something this past weekend that said that he received a FaceTime phone call in the interview, and he left the whole interview. He left the FaceTime going the whole time. Now, if he did some shit like that,
his daddy would.
Yeah, I don't believe that. That's my point.
Either.
But like Ryan said, if he did do some crazy stuff like that and had a horrible interview, we're probably going to see it at some point. It's going to leak.
Exactly.
But if he had a great interview and none of that's true, we won't see it.
And they'll keep running this narrative. Welcome. This is a new person, KMS 929.
KMS,
thanks for being
what up, baby?
Here. Bruh.
Hey, by the way, Monday and Thursday mornings live at 7 a.m., but you can watch the replay anytime. Okay.
And you can donate anytime. Thank you for being here. Bruh, ain't no explanation for what happened to Shedeur.
None. Zero. I see all these people on social media giving all of these reasons why he's not that good. What the fuck do you mean he's not that good?
Yeah.
There's nobody in the history of the world that did what Shedeur did, pass over 70% completion rate, and be talked about. Like Mel Kiper, he don't get everything right. Matter of fact, he get a lot of stuff right. Mel Kiper has never said somebody's going to go top 5 in the draft and they don't go to the 5th round. It's never happened. It's never happened. Don't try to convince me he wasn't that good. Are you crazy?
Welcome, Charles G. Another newbie. Charles, thanks for being here. Tell somebody. They didn't because he was talented. Talent overrides everything.
This is one other thing I meant to say about this earlier, and he just made me remember it. We've talked about this before. And there's a video of Jesse Jackson. No, the guy was telling a story about Jesse Jackson, was talking about why are black people so good in sports and all these different things, but not good in other areas of society. Let's just put it like that.
That's bullshit.
And Jesse basically pointed out to the guy, because sports is a meritocracy. You can't finagle your way to being the best by your connections or about, this, that, or the other politics that are being played in other businesses. It's what happens on the field. You can't deny what you see. So everything that's documented stats, that's documented, we watched it with our eyes, we dominate. Think about that. And all the other industries in which you can finagle and you can play politics and you can bring your boys in and you can hire your cousin.
Right.
They dominate because we don't have the control. But anything that you have to document with a score,
right,
we dominate.
Yes. I love us. I love us.
And so one thing I feel like that should be talked about a little bit is you can't deny what this guy has done.
Right.
You just can't deny what this guy has done. And the fact that he went in the 5th round, man, is a travesty.
Loose Neck with another donation. Thank you so much. Doug singing. Remember the frog? Everybody loves the Michigan rat. You don't remember the WB frog?
I remember that. But what is he referring to? My singing is excellent. I haven't even sung today.
And your jingle?
Oh, the jingle. So there's another.
Do it again.
There's another version of the jingle as well.
Okay, let me move.
So the other version of the jingle, if you need life insurance, reach out to me. Give me a call. 678-770-8073. Oh, yeah. Tree, which one you like best? You weren't here when we had the whole poll. Which one you like the best? Do you like first one, the demure version, or do you like the bombastic Cab Calloway, Papa Joe Brown version that I just gave you?
I'm definitely concerned for your vocal cords. That's what I'll say.
I am losing my voice a little bit this morning.
Till Dog 12, thank you so much. AOL, dial-up, floppy disk, all these old school internet terms got me crying because this is an old school show. It really is kind of a new school, old school show.
That man using a Texas instrument, man.
It was bad. I don't want to talk about him when he's not here, but the victim tour is just...
Right.
I did send the run. Did you get the run?
Yeah.
At 6-8?
Yeah. I mean,
it's the setup.
Was that the first computer Radio Shack used to push out? Was Texas Instrument?
So it was really just like it was this, and then it was one of these, and then you had a TV, and you hooked up the stuff to it. I had one because I've been on this. It was just a this, but it was black and gray, and you hook it up. I hooked it up to a black and white TV, and then you would put like codes in there and shit like that. And then they had the Apple, which was it was very sleek and cool. Yeah, we old. From Birdman 22, it's an unpopular opinion, but Shedeur went exactly where the scouts had him going 4 4 to 7 rounds. His dad and the so-called experts tried to make him a top 5 pick, and there is no guarantee he makes the 53.
Yeah. Once again, the point I've been making all day, I just made it like 2 minutes ago. There's
Thank
no
you,
way
Birdman.
there's no way you're projected with his resume. It's not like the resume is hollow. You show me any quarterback that passed over 70%, turned 2 programs around, and has been raised by one of the greatest football players of all time that doesn't get drafted high, that goes from being projected by the draft gurus. Mel Kiper has been doing this for 40 plus years. I think they said 47 years this man's been doing the draft. You show me any other instance where somebody projected to be picked as high as he was doesn't go until the 5th round. You can't do it.
Let's do a fast one. Tony Dorsett, why ain't no one talking about the money he lost?
Yeah.
Did he though? I mean, he already has deals. Like Delta released a bomb-ass commercial immediately after he shot that a while ago. Like he's
right.
I'm not saying they're right.
But they're not hurting for money, but yeah, the signing bonus.
I'm saying don't focus on that.
Right. Okay. That's a good point, She.
I mean,
he winning. He winning still. Let's go.
He can't exactly.
But you know what? Ryan made a good point. I didn't think about this. This could, based on everything that's already happened, this could really happen. The Browns may have picked him just to sit him on the shelf or to cut him. If they're going to continue with this, disgusting theme, this disgusting narrative, I wouldn't put it past anybody at this point.
Damn. Look how they did Colin.
Yeah.
And they're not fight. They're doing emotional warfare.
Right. Absolutely.
But he is surrounded. And did you see? I was so happy. Pilar was there.
I saw Pilar there. Her fine
she was there. It's okay. That was very big of Dion. Yeah. You're not a fan of the never mind. From All Day McClay. Nah, thank you. This is a new person. Thanks for being here, All Day McClay. Nah, Doug. Doug Williams played in the USFL after Tampa Bay lowballed him after he called out his first 3 years.
Okay, yeah, I think I may have said it as if he were drafted or he didn't go to the NFL and just basically decided himself to go and play in the USFL. Yeah, you're probably right about that, but the point is still the same. Options. We were talking about, starting our own league. That came up. I think Tree made a statement about that. Yeah, and Ryan was saying how he wished Shedeur would just take his name out of the draft. There's not any real options for somebody that doesn't want to play in the NFL that wants to play football and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a USFL option. It's not really a viable option. They've got the UFL and some other little arena leagues, but it's not really a viable option to the NFL. There's no real viable option.
But the most jacked up part about all of this, they tried to do whatever they tried to do. We're not talking about the other people that got drafted. Right. Everyone is only talking about Shedeur, and that was not well thought out. From Loose Neck side, Jack's Ulbrich can keep now this old school jive ass apology. He knows folks gonna catch up with him. Folks don't like that sucker shit. Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like ninjas that I made a mistake. You didn't make a mistake. Right. You decided to do that.
And you got caught.
Exactly.
You got caught, so now you have to say something.
From Jungle Brother, they beat Shedeur draft stock down for 2 days, but they didn't break him. The way he gave God the glory when he got drafted was a hallelujah moment that whatever you do to me, I still love the Lord. I still trust God.
Yeah,
because who are you?
I love that. I love that. Now, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I could have.
Well, don't you think that's a testament to his father and just his village is?
Yeah. Dion's very tactical. I can see Dion pulling him to the side. Hey, listen, when you get drafted, don't pout, don't cry, don't act mad, don't cuss anybody out. Because that's what they want you to do, son. I could see Dion having that conversation with him.
Exactly. From Charles G. Why did Dion get Why did Dion get contracts in the NFL after doing all that? They could have humbled him then.
Yeah, that's technically a good point. But here's the thing. As I said earlier, Dion was that guy. And that's what I was thinking with Shedeur. I would think if I'm a GM or team picking a player, I don't care about that secondary superficial stuff. I don't care how much of an a-hole he is, in my opinion. I don't care how arrogant he is. I thought that that sports, once again, was a meritocracy.
Right.
I don't care about that. Yeah, I don't like it, but if it's going to help me win,
right,
I'm taking this guy. But clearly, a lot of people, put making a point over winning or actual substance.
Chris Williams saying the same thing I said. So instead of congratulating Cam Ward, people are still talking about Shedeur for not being drafted until the 5th round. Well, the NFL did that. They created the biggest story. Has a draft ever been this controversial to your knowledge?
Well, not as far as a pick. Never. It's not even close.
Even close. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's not even close. Nobody, Kuiper said it, nobody he had projected that high fell as far as Shedeur did.
From Tony Dorsett, the NFL is a plantation with some rich blacks. Perhaps. The people don't like it. And yeah, I was pulling you out. I was pulling your black card. Ninja, what? You never seen The Bodyguard? He bad.
I've seen clips on TBS on the week. You know how TBS play those old movies all the time on the weekend?
The way you be trying to sing and you've never seen it?
What do you mean trying to sing, Tree? What are you insinuating?
From Triple J 99. She would be good. I don't know if she can sing. I like the Coco girl as the option. From Keith Spellman with this lie, Doug and Tree colluding on the top 5 versus One Live Stew live.
Let me say this while he's not here to interrupt.
Not while he's not here.
Y'all got to stop buying into this narrative. People are out to get Ryan. And I know most of y'all don't, but he's so compelling when he says it.
He is a great actor.
He's a great actor. Nobody's trying to get Ryan. Nobody's changing his memes. Nobody's plotting against him. Nobody.
I don't even work like that.
What is it?
Y'all be pissing me off, but I'm still gonna
go ahead, Tree.
Have your best interest always. From RC, Lamont Sanford disqualifies that list. A 35-year-old hating ninja still living.
Whatever. They were a great father-son combo.
Who was Lamont dating?
They really did. They really did love each other, man. At the end of the day,
they did. But this is a good Did he bring girls there?
Yeah. Remember the girls from Detroit? Huh?
No, I didn't watch Sanford and Son or
you don't remember
not like y'all, not hard like y'all. Like
you don't remember when Fred made the girls from Detroit onion stew?
Did they go upstairs
onion stew?
No, honey.
That's what we were talking about. You don't remember that episode?
No. From Romulus Chain. Stu, the betting guru.
Oh my gosh.
He is beside himself. From Triple E.
Let me say something about them sons of bitches from Memphis.
Wait, what?
How you up 26 points and lose the game? They were up in game 4 as well.
Falcons. Super Bowl. Doug, keep your bets no higher than $20. I agree. I was very shocked that you did that because you are cheap.
Because they have one of the top 2 players in the league, and in a 7-game series, most teams will win 1 game. I thought no way they would get swept. 0 way they would get swept.
I don't know how he's here, but he's not here. And that's not how you spell my name. Thanks.
Right, just take that shit down.
From Woodruff. I don't know. Hi, Woodruff. Ryan used a CNC to create that.
Right.
Look bad. Verna Woods. Arlie, as a Falcons fan, I am upset about that prank. And I want to know why his dad wasn't protecting this proprietary information more carefully.
Right.
Yeah. Because you think that, well, we can speculate. I don't know that I want to spend time giving him energy, but do you think he took the phone? Well,
they're saying that his dad, who's the defensive coordinator for the Falcons, had information up with all these players and their phone numbers on his iPad. And they're saying that the kid ain't really a kid. That's another thing. The guy's 21 years old.
They trying to keep him from getting his ass whooped.
His son saw the number on the iPad and performed this trick. Bullshit.
Oh, Lord. Chris Williams with the positive note. I'm like you. A 5th round pick is better than not getting drafted at all. Like, you just got to find the silver lining and keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
These Blancos. Absolutely. From Keith Spellman, did y'all see LT make a new great leave? What? A new number, great leave number 56 alone?
Yeah. Same situation with Warren Moon and Cam Ward. I can't remember the details of which player it was, but there was talk about this player wearing number 56 for the Giants, which is retired by the team. That's Lawrence Taylor's number. And they asked Lawrence Taylor if he could bring this. If the organization could bring the number out of retirement to give to this new player that got drafted this weekend. Lawrence Taylor said, "Hell no, get that man another number." He wasn't playing that political nice guy game. That's my goddamn number, and leave it retired.
Thank you, Rel Scott. He needed you to say this. Ryan used a Commodore 64 to make that list. It's the people. It's the people. All right, Doug, we're done. Run back, review, and I'm out.
Gotta get out of here. All right, thank y'all for tuning into the show. We'll be back live Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Don't forget, share the show. Just hit the share button right now. Do your boys a favor. Hit the share button right now.
Vote.
We'll have the top 5 list up to vote by noon today, so go and vote for that in the 2 Lives 2's Facebook chat group. If you need life insurance, hit me up, 678-770-8073. Yeah. All right? Give me a call if you need life insurance. And what else? Anything else? Y'all have a good next couple of days. We'll see y'all Thursday. Peace.